It's Dr. Stephen Lowe with Adam Revival. Excuse my voice today, a little raspy. I had to do some coaching in my son's wrestling corner yesterday. I'm here with Ryan Lowe, co-founder. My son's in town for Christmas. Sorry, Ryan. My son is also named Ryan. But I'm here with Ryan Listerman, co-founder of Adam Revival. And today we're going to be talking about lifestyle, Christian lifestyle of Christian man. And we're going to be discussing how we should view the topic. I guess it's kind of a nomenclature in Christianity of turn the other cheek, and I think, that's kind of a pacifist view on Scripture, but that's what we're here to discuss. So let's just get it going. What are your thoughts on that, Ryan? Turning the other cheek.
Yeah, turning the other cheek, I feel like has become kind of one of those misunderstood things of the New Testament. Kind of, because we look at the apostles and how they spread the gospel, and they spread the gospel basically through martyrdom, through going out and just facing their own deaths with dignity and bravery.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think there's a big difference between. I think there's a big misunderstanding what turning the other cheek is. The way I view turning the other cheek is, all right, someone slaps me in the face, and I turn my cheek.
Like literally.
Well, like not literally, but like think of it like the difference between. All right, let's say you're in a bar.
Okay.
And a guy slaps you in the face.
Okay.
Are you in
Been
danger?
there.
Yeah, are you in danger if someone slaps you in the face?
I mean, you're in danger of escalation, but topically, no. It's a slap.
Yeah, and would you think that it might be better to de-escalate the situation if just by removing yourself and
I
like,
do,
okay,
yes. I mean, yes.
because I always think there's a big difference between a slap and being cornered and in full mount where someone's just battering you, where there's no escape.
Okay,
And I think that's the biggest difference between defending yourself and de-escalating the situation.
And I think you made a very good comparison there and highlighted, a quintessential Christian view. I wouldn't say, it's a broad view, but it kind of is, right? So turn the other cheek to a lot of Christians kind of means just do not enter conflict whatsoever. And that approach and that view of things has led to terrible consequences. So turning the other cheek in that definition as to, don't essentially, react, but walk away and this and that voids the entire concept of self-defense, right? And the entire concept of self-defense is biblical. It is Christian. Jesus didn't tell Peter to not wear a sword. He told him to sheath his sword. It wasn't the appropriate time for him to use that sword. What he didn't say was, don't protect yourself. You don't have the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's something like if you think about the deaths of the apostles, like you know they weren't in a situation where self-defense would have made a difference. Like they were,
Right.
every single one of them was attacked and taken over by a mob. Where I think the best approach in that situation is just to show bravery and just accept what the mob. It's almost like you make the mob look worse by
Yeah, you kind
really driving home the fact that their actions are completely unnecessary and violent.
right, and you accept that outcome with dignity. It's a forethought. It's not done out of fear. It's done out of bravery. So it's the opposite of, it's the opposite of cowardice. The apostles died in gruesome fashion. All of them did. Some were crucified upside down. Some were crucified in an X or on an X cross. Some of them were boiled in vat of acid, beheaded. Multiple apostles were beheaded, and they all did so knowing they were going to die. They did it willingly. They did it bravely, and they did it because they knew Jesus Christ to be true. They knew that Jesus was the Savior of man, and I mean, why else would you accept a fate like that?
I think it boils down to the difference between, I think turning the other cheek is the difference between revenge and self-defense, or not revenge and self-defense, but revenge and justice. Because
Okay.
defending yourself and the people around you is just, but having a escalating a violent situation that can be de-escalated is essentially a vengeance, act of vengeance. For example,
Okay.
someone slaps you, instead of turning the other cheek, you hit them,
Right. Right.
or
Yeah. When there's
but
no cause for it, there's no cause for it.
exactly.
You can de-escalate. You can walk away.
I mean, if they have a
You know,
bowl cut, then you have to slap them.
well, you have to, and they deserve it on the other hand. The bowl cut, that is a dangerous weapon of war that no one really realizes it. Maybe we can have an entire discussion of that. You got a lot of experience. It's contoured who you are as a person, as a man. And I would say that's probably where you required the need for self-defense. um let's apply this to today, Ryan. Let's look at the conflict in the world. Let's use Israel Palestine for example. Should Israel turn the cheek here?
I will confess that I don't follow the situation closely,
Okay, let's
but
let's
I
use
would,
another example.
yeah,
Let's use another example. Should uh should 1939 Poland had turned the other cheek? Should 1941 France turn the other cheek?
absolutely not. You're being, someone is advancing into your home. Someone that's unwelcome is coming into your home with violent intent. And, it would be okay. So, to kind of help, I think the point you're trying to make with conflict is okay, you're at home, it's nighttime. Um, Everyone would, I think most reasonable people would agree if someone forcefully entered into your borders or your home where your
Okay.
family lives and sleeps.
Well, walls don't work, but go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, it depends on, depends on. So they enter into your walls. Um, you, let's say in the act of trying to defend yourself, like you go for, you yell, hey, I have a gun, you spook them, they run away. Is that self-defense act, is that done? Is that person, now that they've come into your home and now they've left, that's it? Or do you call the police? Do the police investigate? Do they try to find this person and bring them to justice? Like, it's just not enough the
Right,
fact that you've
right,
got them out of your home. There still needs to be
right.
consequences. No, you shouldn't. That's
And
I
I will
think the point you're
say,
trying to make, that a country that comes into another country, it's not enough just to make them leave. There still has to be some sort of, you know, consequences
yeah,
for their actions.
because the threat still lies, right? The threat is
Exactly.
still out there. The threat can return. Um, you know, I'm in the state of Michigan and we have the castle doctrine. If someone enters your home, you have the right to defend yourself, right? You have the right to defend yourself. Um, you know, giving them a vocal warning is that's for them. That's not for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That takes a lot of restraint in and of itself. I mean, if I wake up with a stranger in my home that my children are sleeping in at 3 a.m. in the morning, um, yeah, you're probably not going to go home or to jail that night. So,
Well, it's
but
also probably a mistake to let them know, because
it is
you're
too.
it's making it more dangerous for yourself if you alert them that what's about to
Right.
happen, because they can just, oh,
Ta-
hey, here you are, now they can open fire. Uh,
tactically, yeah, yeah, you don't
yeah,
want to do that.
yeah. But we
But
could probably have a whole self-defense
and
class,
you know
but
what?
yeah,
We're going to. We're going
that's
to
good. Yeah,
have
absolutely.
so if you're watching this video, stay tuned, subscribe to Adam Revival, like this video, comment, please show support. We appreciate every single one of you subscribers. We really do. This is a manly ministry that we have founded here. And so we're going to give you the best advice that we can to be a man of faith, a Christian man of faith. Anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but
Yeah.
we are going to produce a video soon solely on self-defense, perhaps even tactical, or maybe a couple tactical insights, a couple physical insights from a martial arts aspect, and how the Bible actually views that. We're discussing it in short here, but we'll go into depth in that video. Keep an eye out for it. Yeah, I mean, look, you have a duty, as a father, a husband, whatever, the man of the household, and even the single mother of the household, I suppose, but to protect yourself and to protect those that you love. So turning the other cheek, if you were to apply that I don't really know what to title it, because I don't want to offend any Christians, or maybe I should. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, I think we should, honestly, because it is an erroneous doctrine that turn the other cheek means do nothing. That's wrong. And
Yes.
and that doctrine, Ryan, has led to uh, Western civilization being where it is today. Many of the churches and the preachers have subscribed to that doctrine of turn the other cheek, which is a pacifist view, which means don't do anything, let them bowl you over, let them disrespect you, let them harm you, and just pray for them. No, no, that's not what the Bible teaches. And there's countless stories to support what I'm saying to you. Look at David and Goliath. Should David not have approached Goliath? Should the Israeli army just let the Philistines just march right through them and destroy them? I mean, we can literally sit here and look at so many stories of the Bible to where we're told that we need self-defense. If you look in the Psalms, you can see David praying to God to give him the skill and the tools and the manpower necessary to defend Israel. So that's nonsense and it's dangerous. Turn the other cheek does not mean don't protect yourself or defend yourself or our faith, right?
Yeah.
And that false doctrine that's been taught from so many pulpits is one of the main reasons why the church is where it is today, why Western civilization is where it is today, and how we've allowed all of these other false doctrines, academic theories, to infiltrate our schools, to infiltrate our government, our politicians, our corporations. It really, man, as the more I'm talking, kind of all goes back to that.
Well, there's also a big difference between the apostles and what they did and the last maybe 1,000 years of our culture. Because when the apostles were doing ministry, they were trying to, in essence, they were conquering a pagan government that they didn't support them. And the way to do that wasn't through, because it wasn't going to be through military force. It was going to be through
Yeah,
ideas, and their martyrdom was what kind of conquered the Roman Empire.
it
Because
truly
the empire,
was.
yeah, the citizens of the empire always respected strength and courage, and just showing that strength and courage in the face of the mob was what's won it over generations. But fast forward, there's a difference between trying to convert a culture from within and then being the culture and defending itself.
Right,
We have the
right.
culture. We
We do.
did. Well, we
No, we
do.
still do.
We still do, but not nearly like we used to. But we are the culture. We have to defend ourselves, or there's no culture left. And then we come back around full circle to where we have to be martyrs,
Yeah.
which means that we failed if we have to martyr again, because the martyr, it's like almost we've betrayed our ancestors if we have to, who committed martyrdom, if we've let what they fought for crumble to the point where we have to do it again.
I was talking with a friend the other day, and they brought up the old adage of, you know, strong men create good
Yeah.
times create weak men, right?
Hmm.
So, but strong men can keep the good times, right? It's going to
Yeah.
take strong men to preserve those good times. We don't have to. And look, we've definitely created weak men more so than ever in history. Applying the label of man to, you know, many of those males, it just doesn't sit well with me. There's certain things that you have to be, stand for, and do to qualify as a man, certainly a man of God. And we have the weakest, most frail breed of males ever to walk the face of the earth here in 2023. But that's again why we're doing what we're doing, because God is moving through us through Adam revival to bring the truth out and bring the positive qualities of being a Christian man, a man of faith, as opposed to the endless negatives of being a weak, frail, soy boy type that doesn't stand for anything but daddy government or I'll leave it at that before I go on a tangent. But it's highly important that we know what we stand for and that we openly verbalize what we stand for. There are lines in the sand that we cannot we cannot have crossed anymore as Christians, certainly as Christian men. All right. I will say, the church and Christianity has been infiltrated by many, many false doctrines. Turn the other cheek, I think, is probably the most profound. But even if you look at the households, modern day households, we have households in which women are head of the household, right? And that just leads to disarray. Even if there's say there's a woman that runs the household, which is it's just unbiblical to begin with, um, eh, that whole household's going to be in disorder all the way
Yeah.
down to the children, and then the product of that is not it's not going to be good, dude. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. My
Yeah.
brain's just kind of going because it leads. Turn the other cheek leads to so many negatives. Is what I'm getting at.
I think I'll make my final point on this doctrine. Turning the other cheek is a beautiful thing in a context of what it
And it
means is you don't escalate a situation by committing an act of vengeance. But if you fail to defend someone that's in your care, that's an immoral act. That is
yes,
a
I
sin in
agree.
itself.
I agree.
If you are a man has a family, I will say it's not only is it immoral to not defend them physically in a situation where you should, but to even not be capable of it, I think is something that if you decide to become a family man, you're responsible as long as you're physically capable to make sure you're ready to defend them if need be.
And you know what? We're going to leave it right there because uh, we're going to point uh, people who are viewing this video to our upcoming video on self-defense. If you don't know how to defend yourself or where you should start learning self-defense, both with your hands and with weapon systems, then subscribe to the video and watch our upcoming video on self-defense. If you don't know how to defend yourself or your loved ones, tune in, subscribe, and watch our upcoming video. We're going to help you. We're going to help you learn how to defend yourself. We're not professional, firearm instructors or anything like that. But I would say both Ryan and I have a reasonable insight into how to operate weapon systems, tactics, self-defense. I was a cage fighter for a long time. So if you don't know, you're gonna know. Hit the subscribe button and tune in. This is Dr. Stephen Lowe with Ryan Listerman. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you soon. Peace out.
Amen.